Well, Jim, a fantastic result today against top 5 side. You must be delighted with that.
Yeah, you know me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I was looking at aspects of the game that really disappoint me. But in terms of stepping back and looking at a valuable win and a fantastic 3 points, especially against a team that we really can't afford the gap to open up. So it was a great credit to the lads, because it was more about graft than craft today.
The first half certainly was graft, wasn't it? What did you make of the 2 penalty decisions there?
I suppose it's best for me not to comment. I think both of them are not penalties. So the question is, why did the referee give the second one? They say in the team pre-talk that they'll hold their hands up if there's an honest mistake. I think like I said, you can't get involved. Yeah. So it's not for me. It's a massive talking point, but that's the world we're living in at the moment. You can't comment on mistakes or aspects of their performance. Having
said that, the aspect of the performance in the second half was what must have been a great team talk at half time, because the energy level seemed to go up, the performance level seemed to go up, and we just looked a different team second half.
Well, I didn't do anything spectacular at half time. I'm kind of managed the half times a lot better. Tried to focus on maybe 2 or 3 key aspects. Let them have time to themselves, and maybe try and get out and do a little bit of a warm up, so they're physically prepared. I think it was important that the little changes also helped. I felt we didn't expect Darren to play for much more than 60, and probably didn't expect Harry Wint to play for much more than 60. But the critical change, I think, we had loads of energy, but I thought Gary was going to burn himself out on the right wing. He was trying to do 2 or 3 jobs there, but so I popped him into the 10 role and got Ben on, and Ben started getting us set plays, getting us to the pitch, and Gary, he was everywhere. Definitely one of the contenders for man of match, just purely because his heart's there, and he's such a selfless player, and he just plays for the team, and he wants the team to win, and that's what we need throughout this season.
He wasn't the man of the match, neither was the hat-trick hero either. Stephen O'Halloran, nobody was as good as Steve-O today.
Yeah, I mean, I got criticised in the past when a player was given man of the match and who I withdrew at half-time, and it transpired that the player had been out the Friday night drinking, so that's why he was ill and withdrawn. I thought Stephen did well. I think if I was going to be neutral and respectful, I'd say Mike O'Brien, the groundsman and his assistants. They've worked extremely hard yesterday to get the game on. They've rolled out. These are guys who, like a lot of people around this club, do this job for next to nothing or nothing, just a brew and a sandwich, and they're coming in on and get the covers on and taking the covers off, and so I give it to the ground staff, Mike O'Brien. He liked that, his comment, but they have worked hard. I mean, in my room we've got the 9 in a row history thing, and everybody, I think people forget sometimes how hard our ground staff worked. They're absolutely exhausted pre-Swindon game to get that game on. So everybody at the club plays their part, and Mike did today. Steve did well. I mean, obviously Jason's grabs the headlines. Carry stop for Fenergy, a lot of graft, fairly solid performance from a lot of players, a little bit of ring rusty from a few indecision and hesitancy and nervousness that we've got to try and iron out, and we need to add a little bit more craft and quality to the graft, and if we do that, then we'll see more games like that, more wins like that.
I've still got a copy of that interview where you praised the ground staff after Swindon, so I remember you saying it. Just looking at Jason Oswell today, 20 goals now for the season. We're not even at Christmas. It's been a remarkable season for him so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, Jason is a goal getter. He's not your typical big man sort of, if I can compare him to anybody, probably like Anthony Eldon. His size portrays him as somebody that should be a platform player, but his real strength is for crosses and opportunities. I thought we wanted to play today with a little bit of width off both sides to feed him, and I didn't think we got that until a little bit later in the second half. And as a couple of lads wanted to take the penalty, And I just felt, you always give it to the one who's got the most confidence in front of goal. And so Jason took his penalty well, and then showed his ability to finish when balls are brought into the box. And it's nice for me as well for the lads to actually take on board a 2v1 throw-in and deliver a good cross. It just reminded me of, everybody thinks about the football we played at Wembley, but it all came down to a 2v1 corner and a 2v1 and a throw-in that led to our second goal. So credit to Ben and Dan for that side of it. But Jason's a great finisher. If he keeps scoring like that, I think he's going to attract a large amount of interest, especially when he starts scoring against teams like Spennymoor. But I think if he's going to be a Football League player, and I've said this to him consistently, he has to improve on other aspects of his game. I thought he ran offside a little bit too much today. He broke down a little bit. I thought he was very conscientious today to try and hold on to it and bring people into the game. But if he improves that side of his game, like I said, he like some of our players here, they're attracting full-time interest, and we'd be sad to leave them go, but we'd be delighted for them that we've been a platform for other players to get a career. But if Jason wants to remain as a part-time player, I think he the same as me, he thinks there's no better platform than this football club for him. Yeah,
he's spoken to us very fondly about Stockport County and about yourself and about the club, and it's a massive club, as he rightly says, and it'd be a great acquisition to keep him here for longer, wouldn't it?
No, definitely. I mean, like I said, it's I sort of asked for today in my programme notes about the team, for the team, about us all working really hard, and when we've seen that today, I thought, everybody plays their part in getting a win. I know sponsors always want to give man a match. I've never agreed with giving somebody man of the match and giving them alcohol, especially when we had 17 and 16-year-olds winning man of the match. But like I said, it's not about one person. Yeah, Jason today, 3 goals, but it's not about Steve, Jason, it's about everybody collectively. Even the lads who come off the bench, Ben, just giving us 15 or 20 minutes to get on the front foot and give us that opportunity to get goals. So, and I've said that it's all about the team. Everything I do for Jason, and whether it be people see it as criticism or coaching or over-coaching, it's just to make him a better player, because if he can improve. We did it for Danny last year. Danny was fed up with football, disillusioned with what was happening with his career, and he came here and just a new lease of life. And Jason's got that opportunity, so he's in a fantastic situation. He's got himself qualified as a physio. He's playing football at the highest level he can, part-time, and but he's given himself a platform if he does want to, if full-time football excites him still.
Well, I hope they've got a good groundsman at Lancaster. We're in for some weather up there this week, aren't we? How do you approach the FA Trophy now? Where does it sit in your list of priorities?
High up there. I think it's a fantastic competition for it normally. As I said in my programme notes before we played the last game, is that I think people could see from the team that I put out on Wednesday night against Southport that I wanted to win this game. I wanted to improve our performance, and it was a sensational performance for them, and we deserve to be in the hat for the next round. It's nice to see Phil. I think when I was at his first game at Lancaster was actually against Northwich in the FA Trophy, a replay. The weather's, it's a tricky time of the year for the weather. But it's nice for us to have a game plan. Some teams won't have. So it's a tricky one. Cause I think Alan probably was sat in his car and probably had to turn around because I heard the weather down at Stafford today was poor. So sometimes it's difficult because you don't get a lot of footage of these sides. But I know that Phil's a shrewd guy, but we've performed well today, and I'm sure that if we're play to our strengths and play to our best ability, then we've got an opportunity to be in the next round, but it won't be an easy task. Got a fantastic home record, Lancaster. I think the first defeat was last Saturday to Matlock. So it's a hard place to go. I know that from Northwich, and we're in for a tough game. There's no easy games when you play away from home at anywhere in the league or the leagues below. So a tough game. We'll approach it as professional as we can. We won't be looking to change anything unless players have deserved that opportunity from the way that they've put the effort in today and what they do in training.
Well, congratulations today. Great win. Well done.
Thanks so much.